Yo, boy. What up, everybody? It's your boy Step. We back. We back, man. Life be lifing. You know, I try to be consistent, but last few weeks been tough. But I'm here, man. And I ain't going nowhere. I keep telling y'all. We does this. We love it. We enjoy it. We appreciate y'all. But your boy is back. K should be here tonight. I just found out that he works on Sundays now. So, big shout out to my brethren, K. But you're in the basement with your boy Next Step in K. Even though he's not here right now, he's still here in the building. But yeah, it's a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot that's been going on. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday fun day, as we say early. Football season is off, so But it is what it is, brother. But I'm happy to be back, man. I can smile. I've been working my ass off, y'all. I've been working my ass off trying to get my house together, and a bunch of other things, man. So, but life been lifing. I'm here to talk about it. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? But happy 50th birthday to my cousin Michelle. We had a nice birthday party for her yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Shout out to my cousin Mouse. Shout out to the block, Fitty, Tracy, Whip, Thad, all the family that was there. You know what I'm saying? Jason, his wife, everybody, we had a good old time, man. Happy 50th birthday to Shelly, Shello, as we call her. Um, but yeah, man, how's everything with y'all, man? I've been working, bro. Sis, everybody, I've been working. But I'm here, man. Life been lifing. My daughter finished her second year of high school. Played basketball, mainly JV. She made it varsity, but she played very little on varsity. But I'm proud of her. She stuck to the script and living her dream. No daddy push. It's all you. I'm super proud of her. So Alyssa, daddy's super proud of you. Your journey that you're taking, whether you want to go steps further in basketball or not. But this is all on you. And I'm super proud of you. So she had a great season. For the games that I made, I was happy to see her progress. The highlights I was getting from when she was playing JV, a lot of minutes in JV. I see the progress. Now it's up to her if she wants to do more with it. So we'll see. Man, other than that, it's just been work over top of work. Uh, over top of work. Over top of work, y'all. That's what it's been, man. But it's sticking to what's going on in the world. It's finding, keeping my ear to that. Uh, and that's about it, man. But how about y'all? Y'all tell me what y'all been up to. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody has their bumps and bruises in life. That's what we have to go through. We wanted to be adults so bad, then we started adult, and we like, damn, I wanted to be a kid. I wish I had a couple more years of being a kid. But unfortunately, that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're here, we lost some people, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully we enjoyed them while they were here. But with me, man, I'm just trying to get to it. Trying to finish this basement out, man. One day I'm gonna use the other camera, let y'all see what's going on. But my electric is almost done. My little brother. Shout out to my little brother Daryl, aka Dick. Um, Saved me so much money. I can't even lie. And he's so talented. Um, he came down and did all my plumbing for my basement, all of it. And I can't be more proud of him because to see him work when he's doing what he do is just amazing. And his focus and knowing what he's doing, I'll be sitting there trying to learn little stuff from him myself. But Daryl, he did a fucking hell of a job, man. I can't. I'm so proud of what he's able to accomplish when he put his mind to something. And he's been this way for a long time. He just get a little sidetracked every now and then, but he does great work. So if y'all need framing, plumbing, He don't do electrical, but flooring, anything, drywall, all that stuff. My brother do that. Holla at me. I'll get you his number if you need it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Daryl. He's a Chicago Bears fan. Sucks for him, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, man, Daryl came down here this weekend and finished off the plumbing. Hopefully, the permit. I gotta get the guy for the permit to come in, give me my stamp, so that'll be done. Now I just gotta get the rest of this electrical done. Trying to get my man Marlon. Shout out to Marlon. Shout out to Trey, who came and helped me with this electrical. But I just need this last little part done so I can get that stamp, and then I can start my permit. I mean, start framing, put my walls up. It's gonna be epic, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, this basement is gonna be like no other. If y'all remember in my last house, how I told y'all what I wanted to do, I spoke it into existence, how I wanted to do my movie room, and then I killed that movie room. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can put some pictures up of my home theater from my other crib when I did the basement, and then when I did my podcast area in the other house. Um, but yeah, but this one is gonna be even sicker because I'm gonna have everything down here. I got pool table. I got a like a bar lounge. What they call it, a kitchenette, because I'm not gonna do bar. Theater room over there. It's gonna be open concept. I'm getting the video wall with the 4 TVs. I'm gonna have the sports wall with the ticker and the TV for the sports with the stats and all that stuff. Shout out to this guy named Connect Room. Y'all gotta get with him if you're going IG, Instagram. Y'all sports fanatics like myself. This boy got this app in which you can have the scores and all that stuff, the stats and all that stuff on the TVs and stuff like that. It's crazy. And big shout out to my man Kev. He does RGB stuff, so he's trying to help me out with this RGB lighting I'm trying to get done in here. But I had my poker table down here, right behind me on this wall where y'all can't really see now unless I go like this and you see the studs like that. I'm gonna have like this is gonna be like a little setting, a little lounge area, setting area for, just the television and a little fireplace, a little electric fireplace, and you know what I mean. Trying to funk it out. Lord willing to be everything. Speakers gonna be all over the whole house, audio stuff. It's gonna be epic. So when y'all see once I start putting the walls up, y'all gonna get a video of the framing, but once I put the walls up, and I'm gonna start putting like, pictures and stuff on the wall so y'all see what I'm talking about as it's coming along. But man, listen, in sports world, in the media world, and shout out to my man BA, get your bars up media. Shout out to my man Dr. Kyle. I got something for Dr. Kyle.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Dr. Kyle won the In the Basement Sports Podcast basketball fantasy basketball league, and he got us. But just like the Epstein files, everything was redacted on the score on the final listings of the teams who won. So we will be going through some litigations about that because I really feel as though this was really unfair. I ain't sure what happened, but we will get to the bottom of it. And Dr. Kyle, you will be pulled to the carpet in front of the floor to talk about this NBA fantasy basketball league. But shout out to him once again.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, man. Oh man. Let's get to it. Let's get right to it, man. As you see the little rundown I have for it. Hopefully Dr. K or Kyle or anybody show up. BA. Shout out to B, man, for the B side. You know what I'm saying? I know B ain't been around in a minute, but because we ain't been around a minute, so it ain't his fault. I will say that. Yeah, man. Media wars. It's been a lot going on in the public eye. A lot of this has come down because Cam wanted to be a man, and for some reason, everybody keep on running with this. But Cam decided to have Jason Whitlock, who's very everybody know. Even me, I have questions about things that Jason Whitlock says, but everybody's not going to have the same opinion. But he says a lot of very above the borderline type of things. And Cam decided to bring Jason Whitlock on his podcast, Fourth and One. Shout out to Cam Newton and Peggy at Fourth and One, man. Great show. I love the energy and what Cam stands for with the show. He's doing great things. I love the setup and everything, man. Hopefully one day I can have that type of setup in my crib or in my shed, which I'm planning on building soon. Um, but yeah, Jason Whitlock was on Fourth and One. The main reason for Jason Whitlock being on Fourth and One was for Cam to talk to Jason about the things he said about him, which that's how the conversation started. How people look at Jason and his views, and then the things that Jason has said about Cam. So what people tend to I've noticed by watching it, everybody's opinion from Ryan Clark, from Acho to Stephen A. Smith himself, and others is people on the pivot, even the people on the pivot. Also, you know what I mean? Chan and I forgot what you call the running back guy name. But they all have this thing where all they see is the Jason Whitlock situation talking about Stephen A. Smith. And everything that happened prior to that conversation of that question, which Cam on his show has the right to ask that question, even though Stephen A. Smith had gave him an olive branch to being on ESPN, and Stephen A. has done a lot of olive branches, as far as what he says that we know of people coming on the show. Big shout out to him for that. But everybody don't agree with Stephen A. Smith. There's a lot of things I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith on. You know what I'm saying? I think he's very theatrical, and he makes it seem like the only thing that is right is what he says that comes out his mouth. But then he backs down on some things that you'll be like, well, you didn't back down on other situation with somebody questioned you about something. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith, when I say he I will say I gotta give Stephen A. his clapback was like was crazy. But Cam brought Jason Whitlock on. They started discussing why people think of you and how people portray you, and things that you say. How do you feel about it? And Jason answered those questions, and then Cam came up and said, "You know what? Well, now let's talk about me. The negative things you said about my dress and things that the way I dress and things like that." So Cam started off with all those things that the elephant in the room. He made sure that he took why Jason really was there and acknowledged that. Everybody seems to be forgetting that part of that debate or back and forth, or not even just the understanding. Cam being a man said, you know what? Let me take this time, invite somebody that says so many bad things about me, but let me talk to them one on one as a man. And you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that not one bit. And everybody seems to be getting past that part. They don't see that part. All they see is the viral stuff about Stephen A. that Jason said. But in the midst of that conversation, things went on in the conversation. And if Cam has a guest on the show, he's going to ask some questions. And Cam's is not a loyalty thing when it comes to Stephen A. Smith and not asking about those things with Jason Whitlock because he's on his show, because that's Cam's show. You can't. dictate who's going to be on Cam's show. You can't dictate to Cam what questions he can ask and he cannot ask to his guests, no matter who it is. Because we can go to Stephen A and say, listen, bro, you went on Carmelo Anthony's show, which we all know, and dog walked LeBron the whole time. Now, you would think that if you have these same standards for Cam on a show with somebody that disagreed with him, in which he made sure he addressed those things with Whitlock about him first, and the regular dialogue of conversation of why people misunderstand Jason Whitlock and things like that. He had a full great interview prior to asking that question of the elephant in the room, which everybody was hoping and that he asked without negative, stabbing Stephen A in the back or anything. So Stephen A went on Carmelo's show and beat shit down that LeBron leg. You know what I'm saying? And you would think and you would know that Melo and LeBron are like brothers, along with what's that, banana boat gang or whatever the case may be. So if you put that in perspective, you can't. It's no way possible for you to understand to say the things that you said. Stephen A got not agitated or anything with Cam because I don't think he can at this point. Well, if you start seeing less of Cam, you know why. But Stephen A was saying it was critical of Cam. Like, if you're gonna ask questions, ask the question. Well, Stephen A, he didn't want to get too indignant, like Cam said. I don't know if something is true or something is not true. It's like that's like Cam questioning you about the screw in your leg. Since you said it's 6 inches, and I do carpentry, and a 6-inch screw is like this long. And what knee do you have a 6-inch screw? I would like to know. As far as anybody would like to know, people want to say, let me see the X-ray. Go get an X-ray and prove this 6-inch screw that you still say to this day is still in your leg or knee, wherever it's at. I think he said knee. Cracked his knee cap, or whatever the case may be. So Stephen A gets back on his show and claps heavily at motherfucking Jason Whitlock. And I say this was, Stephen A had a lot to say before when he's going at him, calling him a fat bastard and all types of things like that. But Stephen A held his ground on how he felt, and he made some totally valid points. And I'm not to be pocket watching or anything like that, but he is in a position where us brothers are looking at him in sports media as that guy. No matter how you look at him, it is true. And Jason Whitlock was in a position to be that particular person too, but he burned his bridges. However the case may be with that. But Stephen A questioned Cam about, you should do this, you should have did this, you should have asked these questions. Well, Cam probably didn't want to get too indignant with those questions, because then that opens up the fact that this interview is only about you, when it wasn't supposed to be only about you. It was only supposed to be, listen, I work with Stephen A. I have a relationship with him. We had differences. I would like to cover our differences. Then I'm gonna ask you the question about Stephen A. because Jason Whitlock himself said he didn't plan on talking about Stephen A. But Cam asked the question. So in interviews, if somebody ain't telling you, hey, listen, which I've heard a lot of celebrities do, or whoever you're interviewing, the publicist be like, you can ask anything, but you can't touch on these particular instances, or elaborating on any of these type of issues that may have happened or what is going on. So Stephen A claps back at Jason, and it was nice. It was nice. I will say that it definitely was. It was a nice clap back. Then Jason gets on his show and claps back at Stephen A again. So now they got their back and forth back going on again. But then in the midst of that, you have other podcasts and media guys like Acho. I ain't hear Shannon and Ocho say anything, but you got Manuel Acho, and then you have um the guys on his show uh start speaking back, talking about Cam shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have did that, which I don't understand. Then you had Ryan Clark say something, and we all know Ryan Clark has been in the media for some very things that he said and had to go run it back. And I like Ryan Clark a lot. I like the way how he articulates things and his demeanor. But then sometimes I think the way he articulates things, he 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 may not think it all the way through of what he's saying, because we have numerous instances when he said some things that was wrong, and he had to come back and clarify these things. But this one he took to Twitter, which Cam himself said that him and Ryan had a conversation. And Cam said, I was leaving it there. But instead, Ryan goes to Twitter and says some things on Twitter. So now Cam has to get on his show again now and address Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark says some things like, if someone invites you into their home and this, that, and the other, and just because you're in your home, that doesn't mean that you can't, that there's a loyalty thing to who you invite in your home that they may not. And it just went whole totally left. Cam comes back and says, well, Ryan, I'm not a puppet. I had that man on my show. And why are you invoking yourself and what I'm doing over here? Because I can't tell you what to do on your show, which is the pivot. Cam is totally right. You just can't do those type of things. So I haven't heard anything else about the Ryan Clark and Cam thing after Cam addressed as he should. And then Acho says something. Acho says he's wrong and this and the other. And you think about it like, Acho, how can you say that? And you've had your own instances with some people and had conversations with, interviews and such with those other people. And I forgot exactly what Acho said, but it didn't make sense. And then Marcellus Wiley chimed in as well. And Marcellus is just like one of those guys who very knowledgeable and he can articulate himself very well. And I watch his show a lot. But he went through all of the whole entire thing. And then Marcellus has the thing where he worked with all of them. So he has that perspective. And it's hard. And he even said, "Oh, Acho, how can you say that when you've done the same thing? And I've worked with all of y'all." So it's just a whole crazy thing going on in sports media. And I'm thinking about, starting a beef with somebody so maybe I can get some more subscribers or something. Okay, let's start a beef with somebody and shit. See if we get some attention. But no, we ain't about that life. We don't need that. We working hard over here from the ground up, from the mud. But I really feel as though that that interview sparked a lot of attention, and people are looking over the fact that Cam did something that most of these men need to do, or women, and address talking to the person that they have the issue with. And Cam did that. And so a big shout out to Cam, 4th and 1, and Peggy for making that happen, and doing something that a lot of us, depending on your situation, depending on your situation, should try to address. If you feel as though it's something that can be reconciled, do that. But if it's something that can't be reconciled, it is what it is. Because I'm on that type time. If it ain't, you'll know. Larry ain't doing that. I don't give a fuck. And there's a few on that list. But yeah, the media wars continues, and okay, might be here. Yo, bro. Yo.
I gotta run to the store real quick.
All right. Well, I've been on for about 26 minutes now, and I was just going over the media wars. Hey, y'all. K is on the line.
Okay.
Say what's up to K. Say what's up.
What's up, y'all? I'll be right back.
And he said that at 4:30 when he said he's gonna be here at 7. But okay, K.
I
Oh,
was, but we had to fix the pump downstairs.
oh man, everything
How's
good?
work?
You gotta go to Home Depot.
Well, we got the hose and everything, so we're good.
You got them hose. You gotta have hose, man. I love the hose. Gotta love the hose. got gotta love the hose.
I gotta run to the store real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, how long do you think you're gonna be?
Not too long. Not too long. I just gotta pick up a case of freaking whatever them shits are.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. All right, I'm gonna try to stretch this the pod out until you get back.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right. That's the boy K. He said he had to run to the store, had some issues at home, and he became a plumber. The life of a husband. But yeah, man. Yeah. So the media wars is continuing. There's some things going on all over the place. So we'll see how this turns out because I think Stephen A could be very sensitive at times. So like I said, if you see less of Cam or you see less of Cam on the show with Ryan Clark and Stephen A, or because sometimes people don't want to be in front of certain people after something like that, even though he said, as Stephen said, I love that man, and said other covering his back, whatever. But it's good juicy news. I like the clap back. There's some things where people think that if there's a chance that Stephen A and Jason Whitlock, if they seen each other, they'll fight. I doubt it. It'll be one of them joints when the two guys start fighting, they both hit each other and they both be knocked out. But anyway, like I said, I like the Stephen A clapback. Talked about how he wouldn't be able to fit in certain suits. How he just made it seem like not saying the look was everything. The look was everything. How he approached it was great. Jason Whitlock, he said some things that make you think about how Stephen A goes about, things that he does. But Jason is definitely very questionable in a lot of areas when it comes to certain things and certain people. But yeah, man, that was a great, very entertaining, very very entertaining. I'm hungry as all hell too. It was very entertaining. Hey, I'd love to hear what y'all had to say, how y'all feel about that as well. Kay, if he was here, I know he would have a lot to elaborate on it. I know he had fun with that. Um, in other news, let's go to the NBA playoff push because I'm gonna try to hold off on the March Madness. Big shout out to Hannah Hidalgo, um, for the game I watched the other day against. Um, she had a triple double and in a victory to get Notre Dame to the Sweet 16. But I have to look at the standings. Matter of fact, let me pull that up right now because I think. Let's see. March Madness. See what's going on in March Madness right now. Okay. My Duke Blue Devils has lost. I didn't want to talk about March Madness because I know Kay was excited to talk about March Madness. But my Duke Blue Devils lost today to the Connecticut Huskies. I need to have a moment. Okay. All right, man. The Duke Blue Devils lose to the Connecticut Huskies. 73 to 72. 73-72, which means the barn burner game. I didn't watch it. I was outside taking my walk, clearing my head. But UConn was led by 26 points from Terrace Reed Jr., the center. 11 points from Silas Damari. 10 points by Solo Ball and Braylon Mullins. And 5 points by Alec Carabon. Then they had somebody off the bench, Malachi Smith with 9 points. And Eric Reby with 2. So, needless to say, my Blue Devils are out of here. We are out of here. One of the Boozer twins will be gone. Possibly number 2 to 3 number overall pick. Very unfortunate. Tough one, y'all. Great season. Great season, y'all. I think it'll be 33-5 all year. 35-3. And in Connecticut was 33-5. But what can I say? What more can I say? Number 1 ranked Arizona beat Purdue 79-64. And Tennessee Vols beat Iowa State 76-62. Mm, mm, mm. That's a little. That's a little. Michigan advances 95. Oh, they beat Tennessee today. I was looking at the wrong score. Ain't that something? So UConn did beat my Blue Devils. Sheesh. I'm tripping. I'm all over the place right now, y'all. But yeah, man. In the men's, we got Michigan. We got UConn as the final fours. So we're gonna have Illinois versus UConn next Saturday, and then we got Michigan versus Arizona. So we had ones seeds, Michigan and Arizona versus playing each other on Saturday, and number 2 seed and number 3 seed Illinois and UConn in the men's basketball Final Four. Very interesting. No Arkansas, no Duke Blue Devils, no St. John's, whom we beat prior to. But it's a great look. It's a great look. Let's check out these women's brackets. Women's bracket right now. Oh man, I didn't even know. Oh shoot, that was why I didn't watch that game. Oh, UConn advances. Are you sure about this? Oh yeah. Okay, so UConn beats Notre Dame. Big shout out to Hannah Hidalgo, one of the young ladies that used to play in the AAU program I used to coach at. Philly Triple Threat. Shout out to Eric Worley. Shout out to the Hidalgo family. Definitely a basketball family. Hannah was raised with 4 brothers, 3 brothers or 4 brothers. I think it's 3 brothers. All right. Yeah, 3 brothers, 3 older brothers. Her dog mentality been like this ever since she was a kid. I remember her and Maj. Shout out to Coach Bass. Used to terrorize middle school in the backcourt. Maj and Hannah was everything. Shout out to Maj. Maj is at Morgan State, right? No, Morgan. She's at Morgan right now. Morgan State right now playing. But Yeah, shout out to Maj as well. But yeah, Notre Dame goes down 52-70. Let's check out these stats. Uh, uh, uh. Uh-huh. Oh shoot! I'm like, where is that noise coming from? But yeah, man. Man, I'm just off. I'm totally off. I just threw myself off, man. After talking about that media thing. Box score: Notre Dame was led by Hannah's 22 points. She had 11 rebounds and only 3 steals today. And she really had no help. Everybody else was in single digits. UConn was led by Sarah Strong. She had 21 points. Yeah, man. Shout out to Hannah. I'm gonna see if I can reach out to Hannah and see if I can get her on the show. She had a great season. Um, I think she's gonna stay for her last year. I would think they would double team, damn, triple teaming her, double teaming her, and everything. Watch the little highlights, but she's always been that way. She's been a dog her whole career. When she was younger, she used to never talk to nobody. She very seldomly would talk to people. You know what I'm saying? And she comes from a strong basketball family. Her dad is a coach. Yeah, she was getting busy. She was a dog. But yeah, man, shout out to Hannah and the Doggo family. Shout out to Notre Dame women's basketball. Their first time in the Elite Eight. I mean, Sweet 16 since 2018. Yeah, Sarah Strong had 21 for UConn, and Blanca Quinones had 20 coming off the bench for UConn as well. But shout out to them, man. Great women's basketball. Great women's basketball. So right now in the Final Four, we got UConn and UCLA. UCLA beat Duke 58-70, which is damn near the same score as the Notre Dame UConn game. Um, the Duke game, the box score for that game was 20. Duke was led with Tiana Meyer with 21 points, and UCLA was led by Lauren Betts with 23 points. UCLA pulls out the victory over the Duke Blue Devils. So both Duke women's and men's basketball are out of March Madness. Oh, Kay is calling me, so I gotta send him the link. Yo, Kay. Send the link home, Skillet. All right, bro. I'm sending it now. Our brother Kay is about to be in the building, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. And get Kay his link. Link has been sent. Kay will be here in a few. Ladies and gentlemen, Kay will be here in a few. Let's see here. What up, everybody? Please hit that like and subscribe button, man. I'm sorry about that. I talked about Media Wars. I started going into this March Madness because I was trying to go by the rundown. Kay had to make a trip to the store. He's supposed to be in here at 7 o'clock with me, but I started without him because I wanted to start on time. But Kay is in the building now. Hold on 1 second. Let's get Kay in on the show, on the shizino. Let's get Chef K. Hold up. Had to do huswife duties today. What up? What up? What up, brother? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear you.
You said I can hear you. I can't hear
Hold
you.
up. Hold up.
Yeah, it's on your end, brother.
All right, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now.
Okay.
You good? You
Yeah, I
good?
can. I'm just trying to just connect everything. That's all.
Oh, okay. That works. That always works. But you in the building with your boy Next Step in who? Okay. K
Oh,
ain't,
come
can't hear.
on.
K can't hear y'all. He's having
What's
issues.
going
He's having
on
a
with
lot of
this?
technical difficulties over here.
All right, just do it the old-fashioned way.
What up, Danera? Hey, Danera, how are you? Or Danero? I can't comment on the Globetrotters. Who's this?
There we go. All right. Can you hear me?
And I be on the panelists. I don't even know who you are. Who is this? I'll bring you in the show. I don't have no problem doing that. I just need to know who you are. Tell me who you are, brother. Uh, Let us know who you are. You're in the business with your boy Next Step in who?
Kay, welcome back, man. Good to see you guys again.
For, Former NBA player. Okay, that helps out a lot. What else? What else about you, brother? Is this your first time around on the show? Tell us more about yourself, man. Tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, tell me. As a matter of fact, give us
Big riser. That's Paul's moment, brother.
give us a team that you played for.
Yeah, let us look up something for you.
No. Give us some more information.
Cause this brother said big riser. Like, what does that mean to me? This is what we do over here.
Well, what?
First time viewer, hey, we appreciate that. Did you hit the
Big
subscribe
Wizard.
button? Did you hit the subscribe button?
What up, Big Wizard? What up?
I don't even I don't feel right saying that. Did you hit the subscribe button? Let me know. What teams have you played for? I
Yeah, it
like.
could be college,
Hey,
it
I
could be
appreciate it,
pro,
man.
it could be overseas and stuff like that.
You know what?
You know.
Send me your email. Send me your email. I'm gonna bring you on the show because you asked, and we don't have no, but we just like to know who we're bringing on the show because I can always just cut you off if that's the case. What's your email, brother? I'll bring you on the show. We got a first time viewer, Washington Generals. Oh, you're a globetrotter. That's why you said that. Oh, so you want to try to take over our show by talking about this globetrotter stuff?
Well, shout out to the Globetrotters, man. You know they're
Absolutely. Speedy. Speedy is from Philly. Speedy used to play with y'all. He's a coach now at Gwinnett Mercy. I used to work out with Speedy. You know what I'm saying? He's a coach down at Gwinnett Mercy. So you know Speedy? Do you know Speedy? You know
there
Speedy?
you go.
All right, yeah. So I got connections too.
Yeah, shout out to the
Yeah,
Globetrotters, man.
yeah.
I think every kid who loves basketball has to see. I think they need to make that like mandatory trip to see the Globetrotters at least like twice. You gotta see it once when you're little, and then you gotta see it once when you get older. Just to get just to get like the full effect of the Globetrotters and what they do, like for people around the world and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
you know, um, shout out to the Globetrotters of old that we grew up watching.
Yeah, yeah.
Metal Art,
Curly Neal,
Curly,
yeah,
and all those guys.
yeah.
Shout
Sure.
out to
Shout out
what's
to
her name?
Speedy too because Speedy,
Shout out to
and then
Speedy too.
shout out to Lonnie Young Basketball Summer League because he got that joint popping.
Yes, he
He
does.
shout out to him because he
Yes,
got
he
this
does.
joint
Shout
popping.
out to Lonnie Young. Shout out to Lonnie
Yes,
Young,
sir.
who for some reason they always get to win the championship at Finley because I'm not saying they cheat, but I'm just saying I don't. They just find a way to win.
It's
I'm
like
just
the
gonna
Rump
say that.
Classic. Danny Rump
Yeah,
always
I'm
always
just
said,
gonna
"Come
say
on,
they
win."
found a way to win. Also, congratulations to the UConn Huskies going to the Final Four once again. This makes us what?
Appreciate it.
Let me
Appreciate it.
see, 99,
What's your email, bro?
04.
Send me your email. I'm gonna bring you in the show. Send me your email.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out and everything.
Go
So
to,
what's your take? What's your take? Did you talk about the tournament? What's your take on the tournament so far about what's been happening and everything?
bro, I've been so busy at work.
Me too.
I barely could. I don't be having time to just sit back and relax like I was prior to.
Yeah, right.
and I haven't been. I've been able to catch little parts of the games. Like I watched
Okay.
Hannah. I watch Hannah all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I
Okay.
can. For Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So I watched her. I watched her game when they played. What's that? What's this? This the school start with a V that they just beat prior to them losing yesterday.
Well, there's
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt.
yeah,
When they
there you
played
go. I was gonna
Vanderbilt, she had a triple double. So I watched her
Yeah, almost had a
play.
quadruple double.
Yeah,
If
almost.
if it would have went to like overtime or something like that, oh yeah, should
Yeah.
have had a quadruple double.
Go to
Easy.
Instagram, Daenerys, and send me your email, and I'll send you the link if you're still around.
Yeah. Let me see what else was I watching. I was watching LSU took a fall last night.
Yeah, I heard that game
Duke.
was that game
Oh,
was.
that game was
Woo.
tight. I was watching that when I was at well, hopefully, well, if if you're listening and you're fans of the show, I was at work and I was watching like bits and pieces of the LSU Duke game, and that game was good, man. That game was good. Like you talk about it, it's funny about Duke. You know what? Like the Duke women, they
Mm-hmm.
remind me of the '97 Duke men's basketball team just by the way they play because they didn't really have any stars on that team, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and just the way they play structured, swing the ball, follow the rebound stuff. I mean, following the shot and stuff like that. Didn't back down because like Flo J and I forgot the other guard's name. She transferred from South Carolina.
But
It escapes me. Yeah, it escapes
but
me right now.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's I'm thinking the girl that went to TCU. So the other what's the short
The shorter one.
shorter
Yeah.
one that was
Mhm.
got the handle.
Yes. Yes.
I forgot her name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I
I get it.
definitely.
But yeah, they weren't backing down because like LSU's were hitting threes, doing the little three, the little 3, 6, 7 dance like in their face, and Duke was just like, all right, that's cool, like let's run down
Mm-hmm.
here, let's run our set, and they they was just like,
Yeah,
yo, like
simple
it's teams
basketball.
like that, man. And I hope like people who like basketball, who are basketball purists and these so-called gurus and stuff like that, like I hope they were watching that game because like it showed how to break a team down as a team, not just like one player. Like
Mm-hmm.
basically they made LSU, they made non-shooters become shooters. Like, all right, well,
Right,
you beat us then. Like, we already know you're going to get your 40, but 40 doesn't, like in the words of the great Charles Barkley, 40 doesn't equal 100.
right,
So,
right.
but it was great team play. Speaking of the tournament was pretty good. I mean, of course, there's upsets, there's drama. I feel that when the selection committee, there's a couple teams that kind of got shafted, which was, Miami of Ohio got shafted just based on, because their record was so good, but I guess it was because of their conference.
Mm-hmm.
Now if they would play, let's say if they would play like maybe in the SEC or the Big Ten or,
So it's like
you
almost
know,
like college football when it comes down to the bowl
pretty much.
championship tournament and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Yeah,
Pretty much. Yeah, and
start
they and
showing.
they shafted. I think they kind of shafted them a little bit because they gave him a first four instead of an at large. You know what I mean? Because I think someone I guess what probably happened is I think a MAC team won the conference and Miami of Ohio lost in their conference tournament. Kind of
Mm.
like
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind
so
of reverse. It's kind of
they
like a
put them at
reverse
the
St.
bottom. They
Joe's.
put them at the bottom. Yeah, I got you.
Basically, it's kind of like
Yeah, they.
it's like a reverse St. Joe's. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
St. Joe's, you have this great record. Shout out to that St. Joe's team with Jameer and Delonte
Demare.
and them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that. They have the great record, but then you lose in the conference tournament, and then like somehow, some way. But St. Joe's back then played. The only difference is St. Joe's back then played in the like way tougher conference.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was some good games, man. Some good games. I just finished watching the UConn Duke game and stuff like that. Looks like UConn got the revenge once again.
Yep. Both
If
my Blue Devil men's is out of there and the Blue Devil women's is gone. I'm not a Blue Devil women's fan, but they out of there though.
they're out
Both
of there
beats.
too, they lost tonight. They lost this evening because they just
Yep.
they just played like last night.
They gone.
Damn. Okay.
They gone.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is what it is, man. Like, but the Boozer twins, well, it looks like they won't be going back to campus. They might as well just
I don't
get
think.
in the
I think.
car.
I honestly, but listen, my honest opinion. I don't think neither one of them are ready. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't. I understand the pedigree. I understand he looked real good with the talent that he played this year. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to play against whoever you're playing against. So it means
Right.
just as you can be good, it's just as well as you can be bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very talented. The older, well, I said the older, they twins, but
The
you can
older
tell
one.
the one. You can tell the which one has more, a little bit more development than the other. It
Mm-hmm.
will, is more fine tuned than the other. Put it that way. But I think they need to stay in school for another year.
Both
I
of them.
think, yeah, both of them.
That'd be nice.
I believe that the draft has to happen, so these kids are put in positions to fail almost because
Yeah.
of the fact that the just because you have some kind of hype, you're assumed to be that
Mm-hmm.
guy, and you're not ready. And
Yeah.
that's with all due respect, not saying anything negative about his game, their games,
Mm-hmm.
in a way where it's like, oh, they're trash. No, I'm not saying they're trash or anything. They played well against the people that they had to play against,
Right.
but I
The
still think there's
competition.
a lot more growing to do with them two kids.
Oh yeah, most
Like you can,
definitely.
there's a difference between the kid that at Kansas, Peterson, whatever his name is,
Mhm.
and the young kid at BYU.
Right.
You could tell, you can move their games right now over into the in the NBA, and they're
Mm-hmm.
wing players, or two guards, like whatever. But with the
That's what the
Bruiser,
NBA is now. It's
yeah.
nothing but like how to what you used to call the Detroit Pistons. Nothing but
Oh,
wings.
the
Wing stop.
wing stop. Like
Wing stop.
they're legitimate. You can see their games crossing over to the NBA now.
Yeah.
Like right now, you take them off of their roster, they can play now. But
Mm-hmm.
with the Boozer, too, I just think their size makes them feel. Well, that's a pause.
Pause.
But
You said
because
something
of
gay.
their height
Yeah. Nah.
and their
We gonna say
the
we gonna say girth.
possibilities. No, that's you.
Pause. You said
Um,
something gay.
their height and because of the pedigree that where their lineage, I think there's being um over what's the word I'm looking for? They put their hype up a little bit too much.
Oh,
That's
they're
just
over
my point.
exaggerated.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is too. And then like I remember Tracy McGrady said something too. He said something when he was like a rookie or something. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm a rookie. I'm tearing it up in camp and stuff like that. I'm killing these dudes. They only have like one move. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. But here, what Tracy McGrady doesn't realize is this is the same stuff that got these dudes in the league. They might be able to only go in one direction, but you can't stop that direction. It's kind of like
Mhm.
Clyde Drexler. Like he always dribbles with
Oh
his
yeah,
head
drone
down.
head down and
But
right.
listen, but he knows where to
Where
take
he's
off
going.
though. Like
Yep.
and he comes up with those knees. Like
Mm-hmm.
and you get out the way. And on top of that, like most of these dudes are like superior athletes. Like like
Mm-hmm.
the Steve Kerrs, the B.J. Armstrongs, and stuff like that. They might be like, what they lack in height is
Mm-hmm.
what they make up. They make it up in other things. Like Steve Kerr is like legit what 6'2", 6'3". I'm gonna give him.
If that,
Yeah,
yeah,
but he can shoot.
but he can shoot. Right.
But he can shoot. He can shoot the lights out. B.J. Armstrong, same thing. Mid range, he can shoot on all three levels. Three
Mm-hmm.
pointer. He might be able to post up depending on the matchup and stuff like that. But even though some of these dudes can still post up, like I remember when we saw, and I'm just jumping from topic to topic, but I remember when we saw what's his face at the Denny Rumpf. Oh shoot, what's his name? Played for Archbishop, not Archbishop Ryan. Was it Archbishop Wood?
I would say there's only one other archbishop I
Yeah.
can think of, but I wasn't going to say the last word. I just refused to say it.
What's his
I
name?
was-
Villanova. Damn, the name escapes me. Villanova.
he went to
Um,
Villanova.
yeah, went to Nova. Definitely went to Nova. Went to Nova.
Archbishop. Oh, you talking about Colin Gillespie?
There you go. So, and same thing. What he lacks like in height and speed and stuff like that, and you saw that. Like this dude, and like guys were trying to back him down, stuff like that. Like, dude, this dude is playing against like Jokic like every day in practice. So
Mm.
like, so just imagine like doing that to y'all. So, but and unfortunately, some of these kids are gonna get that reality. Oh yeah, I'm cool. I can shoot. I'm a 3-and-D guy. I do this and that stuff like that. Okay, all right. Go up against some real guys now. Now you're going up
Mm-hmm.
against some real men. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, it's not how it used to be, where like you got these veterans and stuff like that. So they might fit in there. You know,
All right, but it's that the
fit in
problem is
there.
the draft is the draft, and then as soon as they get picked and they're not playing well at that top tier level because they're picked in that top tier, it
Mm-hmm.
makes you look. It makes the kid look bad. It makes them look like they wasn't ready when they really wasn't ready. But y'all put them in this pedestal,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then when you put them on that pedestal and they're drafted there,
Mm-hmm.
knowing darn well if it was more talent in the NBA, I mean, coming out, they would still be in school.
Right. But
Me
they don't want to stay
personally,
in
if you're
school.
gonna
Right.
come out, just know that. Listen, I'm damn near dominant here. Not saying you got to average 20 plus points, but at least 18, 19. But
Mm-hmm.
the point where you can be like, yo, that kid's an NBA player, like
Yeah.
the kid from BYU.
Right.
When you every time you watch him, you be like, I'm looking at the kid from Charlotte. What's his name? That came out last year, the two guard that played for Charlotte, but Melo in the backcourt.
Well, what Knuckle?
Not Knuckle. That's Duke. Knuckle came from my Blue Devils this year. So the what's the young boy name?
Go in there. Uh huh.
I can't think of his name. But yeah, but you thinking of a lanky wing player,
Oh, was
like
that
you,
Brandon Miller or something like that?
Brandon Miller, Brandon Miller, Brandon Miller.
Yeah. Okay. Alabama. My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm thinking of him when I see the kid Adubo or whatever his name is. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to chop your name up, but when I see the
Advanced.
Boozer, yeah, but I don't see I can't I have no comparison when I see the Boozer twins. Like they're saying like yo they can play in that league right now.
I
I
mean,
see
can
them
they?
being
I
on the
mean,
bench.
because all I really haven't seen, but so much. Like I've seen a whole lot of like they're going to the middle, they're posting up smaller guys,
Pump it, and then Turner.
pump fake up and under and turn.
Yeah.
Now that'll get you through. All right, with that type of bag, that'll get you through like the first probably 4 or 5 games, and then
I don't
it
see
all
it
goes
then
down.
because they're gonna be. It's
Yeah, well, the
the
first couple.
physicality changes.
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh, all right, that's his move. Okay, he's gonna do it again. All right, that's his move. All right,
Yeah.
now we're punching it. Now we're gonna punch it this time,
Is it
or
that
we're
or
gonna
you gonna
foul
look
you.
awkward? Or you gonna look
Yeah,
very awkward trying to do something. And it's like, all right, shit. Not saying that these kids can't improve, but you're not gonna improve that much over a summer.
nah,
You see what I'm
that's right.
saying? And I don't
T-Mac.
see I think those kids need to stay in school another year. It ain't like they need the money. You know what I'm
Hey, listen,
saying?
NIL is in the building. You can do whatever you choose, but you want to get that NBA money. I'm all right. I mean, and then on
But
top of that, it's like I've also seen like some of these kids they don't like being told the truth. And I'm not a hater by
no,
any means.
it's not even that
They
though.
don't like hearing like, listen, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. Oh, for real, I need to work on that. Trade me,
But
trade
it
me.
ain't it ain't even just to be told the truth. It's just that the people that's the handlers and stuff
Oh, that's in your ear.
is
Yeah,
already telling them they're better than what they are.
like Larry, yo, Larry, you can
You
go to the
can
league
go.
right now.
You can leave.
You better than Larry. You better than Jordan right now. Seriously, I
And
heard.
uh huh.
I can't tell you who. I can't tell you
My
who.
sources is saying
Yeah, my
no,
sources
man.
say,
But when
say, yo, Larry.
when it's a limited quantity of quality, you are going to be put on this level where you should not be. Because if you let Brandon Miller and all them be in school right now, you're not a top 5 pick. You're not a top 10 pick. You may be late first round, early second round.
Yeah, but Larry, those days are like long
I
gone
know, but
now.
that's why I said
Those
that's why I hate
days
watching the draft now because now
of
you
like
get people
yeah, of those
people being
days of
drafted, you
like
don't even know who they
putting
are,
like junior year and stuff like that. When you had at least like a couple years of seasoning,
bro.
your conference gets tougher, your schedule
Remember,
gets tougher. You
remember when we
know,
used to haul
hmm
ass home just to watch the game, the March Madness and college basketball on Saturdays and stuff like that. You go
yeah,
to Gustine Lake and play your game at 12. After Gustine Lake, you haul ass back to the crib to watch the rest of college basketball.
Shout out to Gustine Lake.
You know what I'm saying? Belfield. Well, we was doing all that.
Shout out to
Sunny
Belfield.
Hill, all that.
Oh
Like that
yeah,
Temple at Sunny.
yeah,
Like we used to love to watch. Nowadays, it's just like, who are these kids?
yeah. I
Then
mean, but most of them. But you know what it is? Most of them. It's like a couple of friends of mine. We were talking about. Why don't kids like go outside and hoop anymore? Like it's cool. I mean, it's cool to have your trainers. It's cool to have your AAU and stuff like that. I love all that. But I mean, if you really want to get better, just play with somebody older. Play with some old heads or something like that. Go outside. I guess times have changed now. It's like
yeah, there's definitely times.
yeah, old heads can't get embarrassed. They might try to shoot you or something like that.
Or,
You know,
no, the
whatever.
young boys is ones that shooting the old
Yeah,
heads. So
when we talk to like that old head for real,
because the
I'll be
old
right
head,
back.
yeah, is it
Whoa,
exactly. Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. So the whole game has changed, man. The whole game has changed, man.
Yeah,
But
but those
a
guys,
big shout out to all these college players,
yeah.
and sorry for my Duke Blue Devils for the
Uh,
loss,
well, they
women's
were.
and men's basketball. But
I can't believe the women just lost. I was like, they just beat LSU. Like they done slayed the giant.
yeah,
But oh
down,
well.
down,
But oh
baby,
well. I
down,
guess I
baby.
guess you. I guess both you guys are going home in the same bus.
The same bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go home
It
in the
is what
same
it
bus.
is. It
See
is
you
what
at
it is, man.
see you at Cameron.
All right.
You
But
know, but
Kay, I did
uh,
touch on the media wars. How do you
mm,
feel about what's going on with Cam Newton, Ryan Clark, Acho, Jason Whitlock, and Stephen A. Smith?
I just stopped after a while. I'm like,
All right. So my question, my question to you is, how do you feel about Cam having the interview with Jason Whitlock?
you know what? I didn't get an even chance to see it. My work schedule has been so
Okay,
hectic.
that's
You know what I
understandable.
mean?
Mine's
Yeah,
is too,
it's been like, especially like it's like I go to work, I come home.
and you done.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I try to, I get paid in the softball and stuff like that, and
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it came to
yeah,
a point where like,
yeah, bring me up to speed about that.
okay, so Cam, as we know, Jason Whitlock says stuff about everybody, right?
Fat Whitlock,
Fat bastard. You know what I'm saying?
Jason Fat Whitlock.
Yeah. And that was the Stephen A's turn, right? We
Yeah,
don't have no beef. We don't have no problems with nobody.
right.
But Jason went on Cam's show,
Uh-huh.
and Cam wanted to talk to the person that had so many things to say bad about him, about how he dresses, how he takes this that, and other, as he should, because most men, if you are a real man, you're gonna, if depending on the situation, but
Yeah.
you're going to, if you can address it publicly in front of people and let it be known, like, yo, listen,
Mhm.
we can have our differences, and I would like to have this talk with you. And if it doesn't work out to the point where we're going to be cool after that, that's fine. But at least we had to talk to see
Right.
if it can be reconciled.
Mm-hmm.
So Cam has Jason on there. Cam starts the whole first part of the interview, first 40 minutes or so,
Mm-hmm.
about him, the issues that he had with him,
Mm-hmm.
and the issues that other people may have with him on his takes. And then, Cam had to ask the question, so what's the issue with you and Stephen A? Mind you, we on 4th and 1. We not on the pivot. We not on first take. We not on Stephen A. The show,
No,
whatever.
no,
No.
whatever.
Yeah. This is my show. My money, my show, my room, my. So Whitlock went in and talked about Stephen A. Smith with this 6-inch screw in his knee. Listen, we know what 6-inch screw is, right, bro? You know how long a 6-inch screw is. What's up, tiny nuts?
What up? What up?
And you're right. He said some men can't address simple shit. But Stephen A. gets wind of the interview and claps back at Jason.
Mm-hmm.
But claps at Cam too a little bit, because he said, I love Cam. Listen, you know how he covers himself.
Of course.
But at the same token, he says, but if you're going to ask questions, ask, get in, get full questions. Don't just say little. But Cam wasn't trying to have it an interview about Stephen A. He just asked a question. Whitlock went on with it, and he let Whitlock talk.
Right.
Because now, if you turn the interview into a Stephen A. Smith kill shot, you're gonna look at Cam differently.
Right.
Because you done forgot already about the first 45 minutes of the show that Cam was addressing the issues they've had with each other.
Right.
All people see is the Jason Whitlock part.
Oh yeah, the clickbait.
Yeah. So Cam had to go on his show and address that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cam had to go on the show because Ryan Clark said so. How can you have somebody on your show that allowed you to come in their house and this, that, and the other? Cam, he had to address that. Oh, I'm no puppet. That's my show. I do what I want on my show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't particularly have him on the show to talk about Stephen A. Smith. Remember, I had issues with him too. As a man, and Ryan Clark, out of all people, I would think will understand that. I had the issue with him first. So I addressed that issue, but people want to ask that question of the Stephen A. thing.
Oh, yeah, because it's Stephen A.
So he addressed it. Ryan Clark said something. Acho said something. That's Cam is wrong for this and the other. Marcellus Wiley, he's very articulate about how he does his thing, and he goes on both sides. He worked with everybody. He told the truth. He sees on one side how somebody will see it. He sees on the other. But in all actuality, Cam is not wrong for doing what he did.
Yeah, it's his show.
At the end of the day, and he addressed the fact that he had issues with Jason.
Right. It's not like
everybody that's going over everybody's head, and all they see is with Cam and with.
Well, that's what everybody wants to see. Media wants to see. And I don't want to pull the race card or anything like that and start getting on my soapbox stuff like that. But they want to see African Americans. They want to see us. Go against each other in the media because we're taking over. And when I say we, I'm talking about all of us. We're all getting into that space. Why? Because we have stories to tell, and people not tend to gravitate, but people want to hear our stories and stuff like that. They want to see them instead of having them all come together on one panel and stuff like that. They'd rather have them all fighting. Even on ESPN, if you ever notice, they try to stir the pot with Kendrick and Richard Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson, but they're homies, yeah.
But they're homies. You know what I mean? But to the outside looking in, to the casual, to the
watcher,
casual, oh wow, Richard Jefferson
going at it.
Kendrick, wow, is he gonna take that? They do the same thing with women too. With women in media.
They do it with Stephen A. and Pat McAfee. I mean, McAfee.
Yeah.
They had their issues and differences.
Yeah, he's like what's his face? He's like Eminem and Drake or something like that.
Yeah. So the thing,
he's just okay, all right, But
so the thing is, everybody starts saying, "Well, hold on, Stephen A. If you felt like that, why did you go on Carmelo's show and talk about LeBron? And Carmelo and LeBron are like brothers. Exactly. Carmelo just let you talk.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark and them ain't saying nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because who do you think LeBron is closer to?
Yeah.
Carmelo. The Banana Boat Boys. So how you go on his show and dog out his man, but then somebody come on and LeBron ain't called Melo and say, yo, don't have him on your show or we ain't cool no more.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Steven Jackson, they had Charles Oakley on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But after they had Isaiah on the show.
Right.
But Stephen A. Steven Jackson already told everybody, the world, how much, if it wasn't for Isaiah, I wouldn't have been in the league.
That's right. And you know what? Isaiah had to remind him of that.
And then he let Charles Oakley on the show and dog Isaiah.
Too big for his britches. He's getting a little too big for his britches. Whoa. I called that. Yeah. They called me and said, yo, keep him. Don't do that to him.
Steven Jackson allowed Oakley to come on the show and dog Isaiah.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. He was talking because he's with his friendship with Mike and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, like, and Cam said something about there's no loyalty in this media space.
It
Well,
used to be.
there's loyalty if that issue is an issue that you and the crew that you are with have,
Right.
and it's not on that particular platform. But if it's on your platform and you don't have that issue with that particular person, how can you tell me not to have them on my show?
Right.
And if I have an issue with that particular person, I need to address it. And if I can address it, that's like if how many times Kwame and Gilbert been in on the show together. Whether they
Right.
going back and forth, and you can barely hear, understand anything they saying, they still had the conversations in which they could have just did. Gilbert could have just did his show, talk trash about Kwame, and Kwame could have did his show, talk trash about Gilbert. But
Right.
instead, they, all right, we have our differences. We can argue it out. But you could tell there's still some kind of, not to say they're gonna be going to the bar and all that together,
Right.
but
But
they willing
you're
to have the
still like, yeah.
conversation.
And that's all. Sometimes you know what it is. That's more of that's more pride. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's where pride will divide. Like that's like if we were to get into it and we argue, okay, da 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 da. All right, cool. Instead of me coming to you, like, hey, Larry, yo, man, my fault, man. Like, listen, and we talk it out. Boom, we talk it out. Well, and it's then instead what I would do is I'll get my own platform and just start dogging everybody out. Like, yeah, like listen, like I mean, go ahead, Like, yeah, I'm about to go on Larry's show. Yeah, go ahead on Larry's show if you want to. Yeah, do that. But I guarantee that you're not gonna have like, yeah, I mean, and then it's like, and then that's it. Then now we're separated now. Now you have your fans, I have my fans, and now my fans are dogging your fans, and it just turns into one big old like issue. So
Yep.
and they do that for women. They do that to women too. Like women, like in the media space now too. They're like, okay, well, what's your take on such and such? Well, yeah, she's good, and it could be like a simple criticism, and the next you know, whoever her handler is, they get back to her and say, yo,
Twisted.
listen,
Yep. Yep.
they said,
And not listening to the whole conversation.
The only reason why you're in that media space is because you ain't got nothing else going for yourself. This
Right.
and that. Oh yeah, for real. Let me weren't we just like kicking it like last week or something like that? Oh, okay, all right. That's see how that goes. Let's fire back.
Yep.
So,
No.
but yeah, hopefully, I hope they just like
No, that's
like
never gonna be
during the summer or
reconciled.
something like that. They just hash it out.
I think the thing is that Stephen A. got to have that video. He got to do an MRI with this 6-inch screw in his knee.
Okay.
And
But-
he got to do it live too, because nobody's gonna go for that. And if
Yeah.
you still got that 6-inch screw in your knee, you validating everything that everybody's saying that is questionable. Because even me, we both, bruh, 6-inch screw in your knee,
Your knee? What are you, like a robot or something?
Bruh.
Terminator or something? A cyborg? What are
you Wolverine or something.
So like a Terminator 2 or something, like
I had
the
to- I had
T-1000 or something.
Bruh, you had to show me
You
that you really
what
had
you
that
call him,
6-inch
Larry? What you call him, Wolverine?
Wolverine, dog.
This boy got a manium.
You got-
The hardest
Yo.
metal on earth. Besides
Yo.
vibranium.
Yeah. The fuck? He over there,
Oh,
motherfucker. Like he
Said
Wakanda
Wolverine.
forever, vibranium and stuff. Like, what the fuck? 6-inch screw. Yeah, 6-inch screw is like this fucking long, bro.
It's like this. It's like half the size of a ruler. So where you got that in your knee?
Your knee?
Dog.
Where? How are you bending that motherfucker?
Yo, dog. You got, were you an X-Men or something?
Bro,
Man.
like I'm just sitting there like,
Hey, Steven, you might have to do that live, bro. Yeah, you might just to validate what you're saying, because if not, then I'm not gonna listen to you for a while.
Oh my God!
Yes, yes indeed, yes indeed.
everybody like. 6 inch. You know how the video it get closer. Look, the
Yeah,
video.
you're like, oh
But yeah,
man.
man. So that's what's going on in the media wars, man. You got to
Okay.
watch the videos. They probably got a playlist of all the video, the reaction, the other reaction, the other person reaction, the other person
Mhm.
reaction. You gotta get on that, man. But yeah. But all right, next topic. Since what's that? Next topic will be NBA playoff push. Right now, we have my Pistons at number one. We got
Mm.
Thunder on the West Coast at number one.
Yep.
Number two is Celtics in the East. Number three is the Knicks. Number four is the Cavaliers. Number five is the Raptors. Number six is the Hawks. Seventh seed is undecided yet, because right now the play-in for the seventh is Sixers and Magic. And the
Okay.
player in for the ninth and 10th spot is Heat and the Hornets right now. So we're going to be on the East Coast. Let's stick to the East Coast right now. Do you see any movement that could possibly happen within what I just posted? I mean, what I just mentioned. If you want to, you can go on NBA.com and you can just and see where I was just talking about as of right now.
Let's see. I mean, so far, let me see. So I'm looking at it here. So you got Detroit, Boston, New York, Cleveland, Toronto, Atlanta. All right. So, I mean, Orlando. I mean, they got hit with like quite a few injuries. So,
What up,
uh,
my two smoke? What up with you, man?
you know what? I see Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Orlando. I see them flip
He
flop.
said we be low managing episode.
We do, man. We working, man.
Yo,
That
man,
work
work
schedule's
be
killing
getting
me.
in the way, bro. Work be getting in the
That
way,
work
but
schedule's killing me.
as you see, we still here though. A lot of people after being off, they be like, I just don't want to do it. But what I'm gonna try to do though, not to get off subject, but what I'm gonna try to do is, like, if in the daytime before I leave for work, if something
Hmm.
happens in sports, I'm gonna try to do a quick video
Yeah.
and just to keep it going, so in case, so we don't miss nothing. Oh, that's Mike. Oh, what's up, Mike? What up, Mike? How the kids doing, man? How the kids doing, man? What's up with you? But you don't even be on the show like that no more, dog. So they ain't try that. You did. I will say you did ask about the show a couple times, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
that was a while ago, bro. We going
Nah, but
on the 65 game rule. All right,
oh,
that works. Hold us accountable.
yeah, that's true.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
because
cool.
I
Hold us
just
accountable.
listen, man. With the now like being married and stuff like that, and like
Yeah,
having a
Kay's a
family,
housewife since you've been gone, Mike.
pretty good, man. Pretty good.
He's a huswife.
Yeah.
He's a
Nah, pretty
huswife,
good,
man.
man. Getting Paige is getting into softball now, and then softball season. So, I had to get her a glove and stuff like that, and now I gotta get her rest of her equipment like cleats and
Mm-hmm.
her bag and stuff like that. But she seems to enjoy it. I mean, I told her, get on. I'm like, you gotta keep your head on the swivel in this sport, because like you gotta really see what's going on.
That ball,
That
that
ball's gonna
ball,
smack you in your head. And
that,
then it's gonna be even. My brother was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be even crazier if it hits you in the face and your glasses fall off and stuff
bruh.
like that." Now you're looking for your glasses, and
I would say the
your
safest place for
glasses
her to
broke.
play starting off is outfield. Do not go in that infield.
Oh yeah. I told her, I'm like, but see, Paige is tall, so chances are, well, they'll
First
probably put her
base.
in outfield. And oh,
First
please,
base.
no. She's gonna be getting ran over all day.
But she's tall, so that means that
Yeah, she's
most
tall.
action is at the first base
look, I
spot.
hope they better not put her at shortstop. Don't put her at
Oh,
there.
she
'Cause
could wind up being a catcher. You never know.
True, but she's, see, we
As
gotta
a-
get that work. We gotta get
She's a
that
tall
workout.
athlete. If she's a tall young lady that's playing softball, it's going to be first base or catcher. There's no home runs like that in softball. So being outfield,
I
you
don't
know what I
know. We'll
mean?
see.
And
We'll
speed counts
see.
in the outfield. So that means she's already. I don't see Paige being that fast right now.
No, I don't.
So you're already out of the outfield because you need speed in the outfield.
Yeah, you do.
So,
But it's like I mean, she's
like I
just
said,
starting out. So,
yeah, she's just
you know,
starting, but I'm thinking
she's
right
starting
now,
out. Yeah,
if she ain't
I think.
pitching
Yeah.
first or catcher is her positions right now for me knowing
Mhm.
knowing Paige. how
Yeah,
tall she is, and
because I'm not putting her at third base.
yeah.
Don't you put her at third base?
Listen,
Don't don't do that. But shout
that's
out to
smoke
Paige, bro.
different.
She's still
Shout
yeah
out to
she's
Paige. I'm
doing
glad she's doing a bunch of stuff to find herself
yeah
what
yeah
she likes to
yeah
do.
most
So
definitely, man. Like she does soccer. I mean, she says she wants to get into basketball, but I was like, I don't know about that. Like you might want to, you might want to wait.
yeah, you don't want to get a good a good turnover from her. Step out there.
Uh, yeah.
Great
I mean,
job, Paige. You tried to make the right
you deflected
pass,
the pass.
but
You knocked it
the
out of
other
bounds. The
guy, the
turnover.
other young
That's a
lady
good
got it
turnover.
and scored. That's a great turnover, Paige.
Great
That's a
turnover.
great
Great
turnover.
turnover.
Yeah,
Good
you're the
turnover.
wrong person for that one. I can't. I
Nah,
can't. I
I'm
can't
good.
give you that.
I'm actually a pretty good coach, by the way. I just don't say anything.
I got some new sound bites. That was right on time too. That was the right one. Yo, listen. I was hoping Kyle came on here because I loaded this up for Kyle.
The champ is here.
Oh,
The champ is here.
I had that ready for him, so in case he got on the show because he won fantasy basketball. Shout out to
yeah, I
Kyle.
know how you
Shout
won
out to
that.
Kyle.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be totally honest with
I
you.
told him, just like with Trump and Epstein files, the column of which we won was was redacted too much, and we will see him in court. He will be
Yeah,
subpoenaed,
but he's
and
not gonna do. He's not gonna do a day. He's not gonna do a day in jail.
he's already trying to get Sandra pardon him already. You
Yeah,
know, like, hey,
exactly.
try-
Absolutely. I know. Yo, I'm gonna tell you what. Cause I was actually kind of like in the running too. I'm gonna tell you what ruined it for me. And I had the trade of the trades. I
what,
had Bam out
this,
of bio, and I forgot to put him in when he scored that 83.
yo,
I
listen.
was like, whoa.
I'm at all suitable. I'm in in our group chat put what's that eighth place look real good down there, and that was me. And you know why? Because I haven't changed my fantasy lineup since like probably the second or third week of the season. And
Jesus
Giannis
Christ.
was hurt after that, and all types of
Yep.
stuff was happening to all the
Forget it.
players on my roster. And I didn't even think about it until see the text message.
You
Like,
know what I
oh
had?
shit.
Here's the crazy part. I had Shea, I had SGA, I had Chet Holmgren, and they
I
were
can't even
both
remember my
super
roster.
consistent. Yeah, I had Chet Holmgren. I'm trying to figure out who else was consistent on that joint. I had Jalen Brunson. That joint was like dumb consistent. And I helped Kyle out. I'm like, look, hey, you want to shoot?
Oh,
I'm
here
like,
you go.
give
All
me.
right, now that's the end of the
Wait,
conversation.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
All right,
whoa,
all
whoa.
right.
Before, wait,
Oh my God.
whoa, whoa, wait. So
I helped Kyle out.
before I,
Out of control.
before I, before I,
You
what's
said-
his face? I was like, okay, I'll help you out. I'll give you Jalen Brunson. He gave me Bam out of bio. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got a scorer, rebounder, But when he dropped that 83, I was just
He's
like, I was like, that's it for me then, because I would have ran the league after that. I'd have ran that thing. 83 points was 83 points. Speaking of which, I know that's kind of like old news and stuff like that, but
It was
a
cheap.
basketball mind like yours, you definitely are qualified to answer this question.
Shoot
So, why is it that everyone's hating so much on Bam's 83? 83 is 83 to me.
All right,
know.
so all right, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
talk
it
to
like this: the NBA, if anybody could do it, it'll be done a lot more often, right?
Right.
It's not easily done. Not everybody can do it. What everybody is looking at is they're comparing it to the Kobe 81, the Devin Booker 71. You know what I'm saying? The Jordan 63. They're comparing it to those.
That was a good 63 too.
Right. So when you compare it to those in the competition that was going on, you're gonna say, bruh. You're gonna say
It didn't look. It looked like a cheat code or something.
Oh my God.
It was like what was that? What was that team in Madden? Team Tiburon.
Tiburon, the logo, yeah. A bunch of nobody. You're just playing. But people gonna look at it from that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with if I'm an NBA player and playing, and I'm gonna sit there and try to almost disrespect Bam and what he did, even though it wasn't pretty. I'm gonna sit there and say, well, y'all played the Wizards. Shit, y'all, you could have done it too then if that's the case, but you didn't.
These are the top
So,
athletes in the world, yo. I mean, like,
so I look at it
prime.
like this. I look at
Yeah.
it like this. He did it. Congratulations. I'm not putting nothing else on top of that
Okay.
because I'm gonna look at it like, damn, they ain't start double teaming him until he had 71, 73. And they allowed you to score.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Shout out to Bam, man. Shout out to Bam
They
out of
lost,
bio,
though.
man. But I
It was just
listen,
like, yo, go ahead, score the layup.
just get the layup, motherfucker.
Get the
The
layup.
lane is
Go ahead.
open.
They pulled the
I'ma
straight
foul you.
they pulled
They
they put an old school KC
yo,
again't an older guy.
you know
Like, go
that
ahead, man, go ahead and score, dog.
yeah,
Go
just
ahead
go
and
ahead.
score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go
Hurry up
ahead,
and get this
man.
game over with. I go to church.
You
Hurry
know
up.
what they did? Listen, you know how you playing against kids that it's not better than you and you're good. So every time you touch the ball, they just foul you.
Yeah.
And the ref gotta blow the whistle. So that game is extra long. But you still want to play because you're there to play. This might be
Right.
my only game tonight in the next 2-3 days. So I'm playing. And they just fouling me. How you shoot more foul shots than Shaq? And Shaq was
Yeah.
getting fouled intentionally.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're not a 3-point shooter. You put up 25 3-pointers.
I
20 or
was like,
25?
whoa. I was like, what got in? I was like, what got into you today? And Asia Wilson must have said, listen,
Listen,
you're
bro.
better than Wilt. You're better than Wilt today.
I respect the 83 because if anybody could do it, everybody be doing it quite often. But how you got it is going to always be the question.
Oh yeah, yeah. You must have put in
who
the what's the joint on 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 NBA Jam? Oh, the fire code.
Oh, he's
You
on
put the fire
fire.
code in, and you just keep he like, wait a
Yeah,
minute. The joint just keeps going. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh man, okay, all right, I got it. But yeah, because I mean, you look at some of the greatest, some of the great, scoring feats. Like you got Kobe's 81, of course, Wilt's 100, Devin Booker 71, Jordan 69 against the Cavs. Damn, a couple people who dropped like 60 here and there. But yeah, and then on top of that, like the defense was different. There wasn't a whole lot of like, I mean, cats were getting hand checked too, especially like that Kobe
Bro.
81. The dudes were getting hand checked and stuff
You
like
playing
that.
against Jalen Rose in Toronto. Mike playing against what? Who? Utah or Boston? Boston one time for the 63 and then 69 against who?
Cleveland,
Portland,
I think. Might have been Cleveland.
Cleveland. Like I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there like, yo, you're playing against
Probably Cleveland.
Brad Daugherty, Craig Elo, and
Oh yeah, but you know what? Those defenses were geared to stop them though. You know what I mean?
but,
Like
and
Craig
Bam's
Elo.
defense
Gerald
was
Wilkins.
scared to let him score.
Shout out to Gerald Wilkins.
Shout out to Gerald. Shout out to Gerald.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, but all right, yeah. So, but shout out to Bam. 83 is 83.
It was good.
I don't care
It was
how you
good.
say it.
Shout out to
'Cause
Asia
shit,
Wilson too.
If
Shout out to
I
Asia
ever
Wilson.
play in the
Married,
NBA,
have babies.
if I'm ever playing in the NBA and I score 10 points, niggas be like, yo, you just scored 10 points. So what? I'd be like, nigga, did you play in the NBA? Did you score those 10 points?
Yeah, did you
That
touch
10
the
points
floor?
mean a lot.
Because people do not know how hard it is to score in the league. Like you're scoring against the best. Like if anybody who's out here listening who's ever played against professional players and try to score against them, especially when they're locked in, locked in, like it's like almost damn near impossible. Not saying because I'm not as tall as an NBA player, because I'm what 6'1", 6'2" on a good day if the jump shot's falling. But
All right, next, we're going to go back to this basketball because this motherfucker.
You are an idiot.
Do
I'm
you see
saying,
any
like,
switching
Larry,
in the
I'm
standings
saying
now?
though, Larry, if your jump shot ain't falling, you don't boost your height a little bit.
No, I can't.
Shit. Shit. Larry, you're what, like 5'7", something like
Five
that?
seven. Yep.
There you go. So if the jump shot's falling, you're 5'8". Bam. There you go. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you only 5'6", 5'8", dog. 5'8", dog. Get this left hand.
Only you can get away with saying some shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Only
I
you
mean,
can get away with saying some shit like that.
I never boosted my height or anything like that. I mean, I'm glad I'm like 6 feet and a little bit of change. I'll take that. You know, some people don't get the grow to be that, tall. You know, so you know.
Okay. Okay.
Ha, 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 ha. I love it. Thank you. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Thank you.
We
Thank you.
back, baby. We back.
Thank you.
All right. So in the East, do you see any movement? Do you see like right now one to play 8, of course. Right now 4 and 5 will play, which is Cavaliers and the Raptors. Cleveland is 46 and 28. Raptors are 42 and 32. 3 will play 6, of course, which is 3 is 48 and 26 is the Knicks, and 6 is 42 and 33. So right now, as of right now, that 42 game. So we got the Sixers at 41 games. We got Raptors at 42 games, and then Hawks at 42 games right now.
Right.
And that's that 5, 6, 7 right there. Do you see any kind of movement
Maybe
between there right now
I
these
think
matchups?
Toronto, the base. It all depends on what their schedules are looking like. It all depends on what their schedule is looking like. Basically, I think Atlanta can make it like a. They can make a quick. They can make it like a late push.
The late push is only 8 games left in the season.
Oh shit! Then all right. Damn. See, that's how long I've been in work. So he.
Tell me what y'all think out there, yo.
1, 8,
Y'all
2,
think.
7, 3, 6.
And then my next question would be: do
Somebody
you
might.
think-
I see a couple of teams. I see a couple of teams in there losing on purpose. Like
All right.
I see some low management happening.
Okay. All right. So my next question to you is: do you think the 76ers if they stay in 7, 8 playing for that play-in, do you think the matchup with the Celtics is best for them, or them trying to get to 6th place to play the Knicks, or even 5th place to play the Cavs?
Ooh, who's the better matchup for the Sixers?
That's what I'm asking you. That
Who's the better matchup for the Sixers? That's a good
the
question.
Cavs, Knicks, or the Celtics? If they stay where they at, they have to play in against Magic, and then they'll be playing the Celtics as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, they have a chance to tie or beat out the Hawks for the 6th place, who's playing the Knicks as of right now, or the Raptors, who's playing the Cavaliers as of right now.
Ooh, I would see. I'd like to see that New York Philadelphia matchup again. I'd definitely like to see that.
In the first
They,
round.
they own one.
All right.
They own one, but it all depends on the guard play, though. Because I would love to see VJ Edgecombe, against the Nova Knicks. I would love to see that.
Gotcha.
I would love to see that. That'll be a nice, good matchup of the future.
Gotcha.
But yeah, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost to my Clippers this afternoon, and the Clippers are back in it.
So in the West Coast, we have Thunder at number 1, Spurs at number 2,
Of course.
Lakers at number 3, which is mind-boggling because nobody expected them to be that high in the playoffs right now. Nuggets at number 4, 5 is the Timberwolves, number 6 is the Rockets. Playing for the 7th spot will be Suns versus the Clippers, your Clippers, and then playing for the 8th spot will be the Trailblazers versus the Warriors. So
I see that.
Do you-
Well, I'm
do
not
you
saying it
see
because
any-
I'm a Clipper fan, but I see the Clippers because we're rocking right now. Like we're like Kawhi's getting along with Darius Garland. I think we're like, let me see, what's our record since he's
39-36.
Yeah. But what's Kawhi
with
and
Garland
Garland?
and
Oh, they're
Kawhi
like 9-2. They're like 9-2 right now.
Mm.
At the last 11 games they've been starting together, they're like 9-2. So
Okay.
That's really good going into the postseason. So, and we all know, like, all we need is a couple good games from Kawhi in the postseason. We're good to go.
Okay.
We're good to go. I see the Clippers moving up. I see them moving up to 7. Yeah,
They'll
I
be in
see
seven.
them have. They
If they
might mess
beat
around.
as
Shit.
of right now, if they had to do that play in, because that's what they
Mm,
were in, they will end up being in that 7th spot playing against the Spurs.
that's fine.
And as
That's fine.
far as the
For some
Trailblazers and the
reason, we just have
Warriors,
over the years. For some reason, we can beat the Spurs for some odd reason. We just have good games against them.
so the Trailblazers and the Warriors game, they will play for the for the 8th spot.
Mm-hmm.
If they get in, before they'll be playing for the 9th spot, but they'll be playing the Suns. If you're saying your Clippers will win
Mm-hmm.
for the 8th spot to play
Yep.
the Thunder. So do you think the Trailblazers win this, or do you think the Suns or Warriors win? Who do you have out of those three? Because that's the
Ooh,
only
out of
three. Because
those,
we're taking you that your Clippers have won and took the 7th spot. So out of those three, who do you see getting the 8th spot? Trailblazers, Warriors, or the Suns?
that's a good question.
Oh my God!
The Warriors or the Suns? Um, let me think, man. Let me think. Um, for some reason, I'm gonna take the Warriors because people are doubting them, but somehow, some way, they get it together. They get it together around this time, and
So you got
they're not tanking.
so you got the Warriors getting the 8th spot to play
And
the
then
Thunder in the first round of playoffs.
and then that's it. Then the torch is officially passed.
To Shay,
To Shay, like you got the
Touche.
juice now, Shay.
Touche.
You got the juice
The
now.
real touche.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah, you see
Moving
it.
on.
Yeah,
Moving on.
yeah.
Moving on.
But I got something for that. I got
Speaking of
something
which,
for that.
speaking of Portland, shout out to Netflix, man. They finally are uncovering what? They're finally uncovering. This dude is bored, man. But I love it though. You are a ruthless. You are a ruthless Vato. But I like that essay. I like that. Finish him. You a low down, dirty, ruthless Vato. But I like that essay.
Like
I like
this is
that.
it.
He's a low down, dirty, ruthless Vato, eh? But I like
Oh
that
man,
essay. I like that. But
you stupid.
but yeah, speaking of Portland, right? Shout out to Netflix. Hopefully, you get a chance. We can talk about the documentary that's coming out. I think in about a week or 2 weeks or something like that about the 2000 Trailblazers. Well, 2001, I think. The Jailblazers, basically. Jailblazers, like with Sheed, David Stein. Yo, that'd be that super duper talented team. But they just kept getting
Bonzi Wells.
Bonzi,
She Pippen was the
J.R.
was that
Ryder,
was that the Pippen year?
the Pip was on
Pippen,
there.
J.R. Ryder. They had Bo Outlaw there, I think, at the same time.
Yep, Zach
Yo, they was
Randolph.
loaded. Zach, yeah, they had, yeah, they
It
was loaded.
wasn't Steve Smith on there too?
Yes.
Steve Smith,
Yep.
both Steve Smith and Kerr.
Yo, that is crazy how loaded that team was, bro.
Listen, and they're finally doing a documentary on that, like
Dope.
about
All right, watch that one.
dog.
Definitely
Like
gotta watch that
I
one.
saw that, I was like, what the Jailblazers? Like, let me read. This is official.
That's interesting.
When told because they did like Mouse in the Palace. They did
Yeah.
all the different
Yeah, the fight joints and all
scandals.
stuff.
Swamp
Yeah.
King, shout out to Untold. Swamp Kings was popping. Mouse in the Palace. So they're gonna do a special on that on I guess like this, when he got in trouble. I think they're gonna uncover a little bit. I know she's probably gonna talk about the Lakers, the Lakers series, the one they were supposed to
Supposed to
win.
win. Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
shout out
the,
to
the dunk,
Tim
the
Donaghy.
dunk hurt over earth.
Yeah.
Alley. Yeah,
which
scorched earth
which
on
which
that
for
one.
some strange reason they came back. I think they were like down like what, like
16,
12
I
or
think.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
16.
and then they just started like coming back, and I don't know, but that team was like super duper talented, man. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah
West Coast. I mean, a
they
lot of
was.
a lot of forwards, a lot of power forwards who were coming up in that time. Like, and you mentioned like what's the
Damn, they probably had.
Mhm.
Rest in peace, Kersey. Yeah, I think he still was there coming off the bench
Oh,
at
as
that
a
time.
veteran for
Yeah, I
what?
think he was coming off the bench at the veteran at that time. And
The
Kersey used to
great
get
Kersey?
buckets.
Jerome Kersey?
Jerome Kersey, Nick.
Shout out to Uncle Jerome, man. Rest in
Jerome
peace,
used to get
Jerome Kersey. Shout out.
Jerome Kersey used to get buckets, dog.
Yes, he did. Him and in the '90s too with
Mm-hmm.
Cliff Robinson and them.
Cliff
Shout out to Uncle
Robinson
Cliffy. Rest in peace.
and Duckworth. Yeah,
Oh my God, yo, Terry Porter and all those guys.
yeah,
Oh
dog.
yes. Oh, you know who else was on that team too? Sabonis was on that team, on that Jailblazer squad.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
they was deep.
yeah,
Pause.
dog.
They was super.
No. There was a deep talented squad. It's just, oh my God, man.
Yeah,
Like they used to ask people, yo, who is like what power forward used to give you like the most nightmares, and who did you have to always prepare for, before you play him. Now most people would be like, KG or something like that. They're like, no. It's like we had to prepare for Sheed and them.
she
Because
he was so
he had the
unselfish.
post, and then he had the high arcing jump shot, and
Yep,
he had the hook, and he had the footwork. He could go with either
yep.
hand.
They was
And
like, yo, if she
he went
wanted
back
to,
on you.
he could have easily averaged 20 plus a game every year of his career, but he didn't play that
Oh,
way.
he's unselfish. That's the Carolina way.
Yep.
Speaking of which, not to jump off subject, but
Who do you think is going to be the new head coach?
listen, why they do Hubert Davis like that? You don't do
Next
your
up,
kinfolk.
you know what be that beat Kenny Smith. That's what they trying to bring
Jerry
in the center.
Stackhouse, get on the mic for the UNC.
Ah, Stack over there and Golden State on the bench, right?
I mean, but I think UNC would try to keep everything in the family. They would pay him
Yeah, but
handsomely.
I think the Stack dream job is to being a head coach. I mean, he was a head coach,
You
wasn't he, in
you
the
can be
NBA?
a head coach
Was
at
he a
your
head
at
coach in the NBA already?
huh?
Wasn't he a head coach of my Pistons?
No, he was the head coach of the Toronto team, the G League affiliated.
Oh, I thought he had an opportunity.
I think they were like 609s or something like that.
Okay, all right, yeah, but I
609
think
boys.
Stack. I don't think Stack would do that because if he goes back, that means that his obligation is going to be there, and if the opportunity came about to go to the NBA to be a head coach, he would jump. And I think
Okay.
I think he would think that would be unfair to the players.
I would love to see this type of like coaching. I
Yeah,
would like
they
that.
didn't put
That's
She,
gonna be
they
your
didn't
head
put Kenny
coach.
Smith, they didn't put
Put
Stack.
Mike in there.
No,
Put Mike in there.
Mike can't. He can't coach
Mike can't
himself
go in
out.
there. Mike
That man
can't.
in NASCAR winning money,
And then on top of that, Mike will be
dominating
so
again.
he'll be so
He,
competitive. He'll jump into practice and
yeah,
start
and give
patting
him
off
motherfucking
everybody.
buckets. Yo, yeah,
Yeah,
it's out of
I
control,
see.
man.
I can see Stack there because I don't see anyone else than a Carolina guy. Because anybody who's not a Carolina guy who's going to coach at Carolina, they're going to get kicked out after like 2 years, with the exception of like Matt Doherty, But
Brad
but
Daugherty.
yeah, shout out to Matt Doherty. They lit the old dog. Once they start, they hung him, They hung him in effigy. And like once they start doing that at your own school from your own alma mater, like it's time for you to go, bro. And I think you took Carolina to their first ever NIT too. Shout out to Matt Doherty.
Jeff McGinnis coaching somewhere, ain't he?
Ooh, I can see that. F it. Get Ed Cota. Get Shammond Williams. Nah, I get Shammond Williams. Nah.
You know who I do see? Green. What you call
I thought you were gonna say Grant Hill. Like,
him?
don't you dare.
No, I wouldn't dare do that.
Don't you
Disrespect.
dare do that.
Grant Hill. Um,
They probably dip on him or something.
what's his name? Uncle Jeff
McGinnis?
Green.
Ooh. But he's not Carolina though.
Oh no, I'm tripping.
He
I'm
ain't
tripping.
Carolina. They like,
Yeah,
nah,
I'm tripping. My
you
bad.
can take that Georgetown up the interstate, bro.
Yeah, that's right. He is my Hoya.
Yeah, take that
I'm a
Georgetown.
Hoyas
Take that back
fan
to
too. I like
Georgetown,
Blue
bro.
Devils and Hoyas only because of John Thompson.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, I can see Stack there. I can see definitely Stack in that joint though. If they make it, if they sweeten the pot a little bit, you know what I mean? If they sweeten the pot a little bit, because you got well, he wasn't a champion, but he's been to the promised land. So, and his numbers were tied up there in the rafters too. And he's Stackhouse. What a cool name. You know, it was a cool name when we first heard of him and stuff like that. You know, like, damn, who's this dude, Jerry Stackhouse? Shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I see Stackhouse. I see Stackhouse as the next go-to. But they have to do Hubert Davis like that though. I mean, because Hubert Davis got him to what? Did he get him to a couple Final Fours or something like that?
They got him to one Final Four in
4
years. 4 years. They're supposed to go this year. No, last year. Was it last year?
That's injuries though. That happened. That's a freak.
Part of the game, brother. Part of the game.
It sure enough is. I mean, look, gone are the days of like you inheriting winning teams, like with Dean Smith, like because you remember what happened with Dean Smith. Then Dean Smith retired. Doug Williams. Bill Guthrie came in, took them to a Final Four, took them to 2 Final Fours, as a matter of fact. Then after that, it was who? Darty. I think there was Darty, and then there was somebody. Then it was Roy Williams. Final Fours, championships. Hubert Davis. Final Four. Okay.
Final Four.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much. Okay, all
but
right.
Man, listen, man. We've been up for an hour and 47 minutes, man.
Yep.
I need to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I gotta get ready for work soon.
But we appreciate y'all, man. In the Basement Sports Podcast with Next Step in Who?
Okay.
We ain't going nowhere, y'all. It's just that, life be lifing. We got jobs, we got families. We gotta take care of
our little girls are growing up, man.
Yes,
little girls are growing up. They're
definitely. So
stuff and everything, yeah.
Big shout out to everybody, man. I can't say it enough. We appreciate y'all, all our new subscribers. No, we here. We ain't going nowhere, y'all. It's just that life is lifing.
We around.
With that being said, man, big shout out to S&T Barbecue. They back up and running, man. If y'all in Delaware, y'all need that barbecue chicken, that barbecue ribs, that mac and cheese, coleslaw, yams, greens, beans, pork. Yeah. It's all there, man. S&T Barbecue. My brothers Sean and sister Netta. They got that going on right now. It's their second week open. It's been hot. So, yeah, when y'all come down to Delaware, y'all definitely got to stop past there. Shout out to my bro K. Good to see you again, brother. We back at it, man. That way, it got to be in the evening because you get off when we work on Sundays now. So now I can try to schedule mine because I usually shoot pool on Sundays in the evening.
I know.
So that's what's kind of but we'll figure it. We definitely gonna figure it out, bro.
Yeah,
definitely gonna figure it out. But you got any shout outs? Dr. Kyle,
fantasy basketball champion. Dr. Kyle, man. I was just talking to him. Earlier this afternoon. Shout out to Dad. Shout out to Trent. Trent is back up here for a couple of days. So also shout out to my lovely wife, LaShawn. Shout out to my Deltas out there too.
Them too.
Yeah. So shout out
to Mama Linda. Cowboys life.
Mama Linda's doing great, and shout out to all the kids out there enjoying yourselves. You got spring break, so just be careful out there, whatever you guys are doing and stuff like that. So and be safe out there. Keep your heads on the swivel.
For sure, man. Big shout out to my cousin Michelle. She had her 50th birthday party once again. Hey. Happy birthday yesterday. Everybody, man. Just shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate it. Good seeing everybody too. With that being said, you're in the basement with your boy Next Step in Who?
Okay.
We out of this biash. With that being said, peace.
Have a good week.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Good seeing you, brother. Let's keep the ball rolling. All right. Love you, bro. Oh, no. Remember, I still got to get this to you. Yeah, I got to get this to you. You just got to get a mic. All right. We'll figure it out. But I gotta get that to you. All right, bro. Later.